Is guacamole a fruit salad?
What is the best milkshake for bringing boys to the yard?
Ostriches are dinosaurs.
Don't piss off old people. New game.
What do you mean it gives you Arby's mouth?
Artisanal muck duck balls.
I think they call that autofellatio.
I want to high five a shark.
Welcome to Bar Banter. Relax, have a drink with us as we debate the most controversial topics in the world today.
On today's podcast,
Need a drink.
we talk about which movies should have their sequels removed. What is the dumbest use of artificial intelligence? And lastly, we have a Muppet bar brawl. But first, our first kind of reoccurring guest, Geoff Jones from the Geoff Jones and Friends Make It Better podcast. What are you drinking? And tell us about the podcast.
Well, thank you, Travis. And
All right, that's enough, Geoff. All right, who's next?
No, thank you so much for having me on again, Travis. It's a pleasure to be here at 1 o'clock in the morning. It shows my dedication to not only you, but your podcast and your fellow, whatever they are. I don't know, I'm sure, minions. But no, I'm
Hooligans.
Nice.
After a few hours on the vodka and energy drinks, I am now on the Jack Daniels and lemonade because I need a mixer with it.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can I drink one and then drink two again?
Drink one was vodka and Red Bull.
Classic.
Okay.
So
Up or downer, I like it.
Got to get hyped. And then I went for Jack Daniels, and it was actually my wife who suggested I put something with the Jack Daniels, or otherwise, in her words, I'd be an unbearable prick. So it's Jack
How is that
Daniels and
different?
lemonade.
Jack Daniels and lemonade. I have personally never
And it
had
tastes
that.
disgusting as well. No, I prefer with Coke, but we haven't got
Oh.
much in as far as mixers.
Oh, wow. All right.
So it's not good. You don't recommend.
No, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Okay.
For the sake of the marriage.
For you guys, that's it. Yeah, and the marriage. She can't handle it. If I was on red wine again, like I was last time I was on, then she would probably leave me. But yeah, and so thank you. I mean, I'm here representing the Geoff Jones Friends Make It Better podcast. Basically, we take life's little annoyances. We laugh, we cry, just chat about real things, fake things, just everyday things. And then at the end, we make it better because we're putting a little bit of good out into the world. And making the world better one episode at a time, which is a new tagline that I'm trying out. No one likes it yet, but yeah, it's every 2 weeks, usually on Tuesday, and it's fun. We have authors, podcasters. Travis, Rick, you guys have been brave enough to come on. Directors, singers, artists. People. If someone is creating something and they want to put it out into the world, then one of them to come on, talk about their life, and then put a bit of promo out there. But yeah, it's cool. Going on for about 2 years now, and got some live events coming up. And I think there's something in there for everyone.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
It really is a great podcast. I have had a lot of fun being on there. I know Rick had a lot of fun being on there. It's a great concept. We've used the general format of your podcast as like a last call. We've had it like as an episode topic before because it's such an easy thing to talk about and at the end make something better. So thoroughly love the Geoff Jones and Friends Make It podcast. Make it better.
I like. Everyone likes moaning, right? We all like moaning. It's probably one of my favorite things. But we very rarely have a solution. We very rarely have something positive to follow up with, and that's what it's about. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Just if you're going to talk rubbish about something, just find a way to make it better. And that's what it's all about.
Love it. I love it.
And thank you for having me on again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rick.
I'm
on today's podcast. Oh, fuck. Did I miss it? God damn it.
Welcome back, Drew.
Good time. Sorry.
You made Geoff spit out his drink, I think.
I've been literally waiting on the side of the computer for that whole bit.
I was about to say, it's taking you a while to get a refill. But I appreciate that. I'm a little ashamed to put on recording, but no, I'm not. I'm not. But what I'm drinking tonight. Blue Moon came out with a light beer.
Like the
and
light
Drew and I
sky?
did the same thing. We
and
both-
I wanted to know what it was because they already have like a citrus or not a citrus.
A seltzer?
Thank you. A seltzer out there. And I was like, they already have one. So is it beer? But yeah, it's a light beer in this little skinny can, skinny life. And that's what I'm trying tonight.
So like
is
a
it
half
actually
mil?
beer or is it like a seltzer?
No, it's actually beer. I mean, that's
It is
yes, thank you.
a light version of Blue Moon.
Right. It tastes exactly the way you think it does, just not as delicious as a full Blue Moon. But don't worry, I pre-gamed with a couple Long Islands, and so now
we're good.
recording. I'm just
What?
drinking the light beer.
What's the alcohol by volume of that?
No, no.
-3.
And Drew, what do you-
5%.
it's less than that. It's 4.
Wow.
It's 4%. So it's not even worth it. But now I know what it is. I can say I had it, and I won't hit myself tomorrow at work. So Drew or Ben, go. And if you see me with a different drink, it's a Long Island because I need more.
Yep. I did not have time to pick anything cool up today, so I'm going back to my OG tequila and ginger beer, splash of lime in there. Just keep it classy. I need good heavy impact quickly as I got home today. Benjamin, what are you drinking?
All right, Drew. So you're going Mexican Mule. I went London Mule. I'm doing a little gin and ginger with a little splash of lime, but repping my
Is it
Georgia
Beefeater?
Terrapin
Please
Cup.
be Beefeater, Jen.
No. So I have a little bit of a man crush on Ryan Reynolds, so I only buy Aviation Gin.
That's fair.
So and a big man crush on Blake Lively, his wife.
So it's just a regular crush.
That's just
Right.
it's a big ass regular crush.
Yeah.
Travis, what are you drinking?
So this past weekend, we had a play date with some of my son's friends from school. And
Very
we had
interested to see where this story goes.
This is great lead up.
we had the
They
parents
left some
over
liquor.
as well. And when the parents are involved and it's like a Saturday night, Rebecca gets the urge to make vodka Jello shots. So I have here 5
Nice.
Okay.
vodka Jello shots
Hell
that I
yeah,
will be taking
brother.
throughout the episode.
I'm a little upset you didn't mail us each one, but
So
that's
Yeah,
fine.
I will be
well, no.
right.
If you would have told me I have the ingredients for Jello shots,
So do we. It's
I know, but I would have
and-
made some and gone shot for shot with you.
Some would
Oh,
wonder if AI would be wasted in making these Jello shots for us.
well, that's the second topic.
That's topic 2. Damn it.
So we'll see if I can turn into the Jeff Jones sequel of getting right proper drunk off of 5 No, I don't know. Hold on.
But
That was your best sequel yet.
That was great. That was such a good job.
That was my favorite.
Jeff Jones and friends
Vodka.
get shit faced.
Yep.
Oh, hang on. But if you're doing these Jello shots, does that mean you're going to be chewing and like?
A little bit.
Oh,
just
that's
gotta-
fucking disgusting. I don't know. That.
Just suck it down, Travis.
So
Like an
It's
oyster.
three-
Take it like an
it's-
oyster.
I don't like oysters, and it's 3 layers of Jello, so it's a lot of Jello.
in another attempt at
Ugh.
rearranging our topics tonight, I went out on I think it was St. Patrick's
So
Day.
which
My-
movies?
Fine. I'm telling you this story after the recording though. because-
No, I'm here
Okay.
for it.
to hear it.
No, we have to get going.
That's fine.
We haven't talked
can
about
keep going.
anything in
That's
5 minutes.
That's
10
fine.
minutes.
We can do the show, but afterwards we're coming back to the story.
St. Patrick's story from Rick. I'm writing it down. Gentlemen, which movies should have their sequels removed? Go.
There's so many.
There's so many.
There's so many.
I'll
I'm
go
gonna-
first.
Okay.
Go, Drew.
How many?
No, yeah.
How many are allowed?
I'm sorry.
Is there a limit on how many we're allowed?
We're gonna pick one.
17.
We're gonna pick
I'm
one.
gonna
but how-
limit you to
How
3.
many can we throw out?
I'm gonna say
Yes, we'll do 3.
How many franchises or how many sequels?
three. Submissions. 3 submissions.
3 submissions. If you have 3 different movie franchises, you can say each one of those. One movie is a sequel, or I'm sorry, the second movie is a sequel. So it doesn't have to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't have anything crazy like that. Just any movie that has a extra
Also,
movie is
Be
a sequel.
prepared. Travis went there. I'm going to argue anything over 2 because at that point it's not a sequel. So just be ready to defend.
Ooh, I was just going.
I don't think I
franchise.
have any, but like if you wanted to make the point of like, hey, there was a second movie to this one thing, it is a sequel, and it should be canceled.
Yeah, that's fine. But if you're coming in with Taken 3, I'm coming at you full bore because
Ooh,
that's
no,
not a
Rick, I'm
sequel.
sorry. That would be Tooken 3.
Yeah, you're right. Took it. Anyways, Ben wanted to start. I'm sorry.
done taked.
Drew, do you want to go first, or do you want me to jump in?
No, go.
I'll
first.
go. So, anyways,
Okay.
St. Patrick's Day.
You said it.
God
Go.
Damn it,
No,
Ben. Do what
Ben,
you
you got it.
Kind of based on last week's episode or wherever it comes out in the line of episodes 3 weeks ago, a month ago, whatever it is. I'm a massive OG Jim Carrey fan. Love his original comedy movies. Everything from like the first 10 to 15 years of his work. Ace Ventura's, Truman Show, and The Mask. And when they made the fucking Son of the Mask, I mean, there was the
that's a good one.
dumbest shit. It completely changed the entire thought
It's awful.
process of the
It's
comedy, and it was like a kids show, where the first one was nostalgic. Like we still watch it when it comes on TV. So the Son of the Mask, yeah, worst.
Is that the movie sequel or is that the TV show sequel?
The movie sequel.
Okay, because I think there was a TV show as well.
Was there really?
Yeah,
There
Oh,
was.
how terrible.
That's
And
even
the-
worse.
no.
But yeah,
it was a
No,
cartoon.
the animated series, the cartoon was all right. I mean, it was kid friendly, so it didn't have that risque
Oh.
bit that the original film had. But it did come out before Son of Mask.
Okay, that's why I was okay.
So
you-
where does that
No.
fit in Rick's kind of
movie sequel.
So
Yeah.
it's specifically
Well-
movie sequel and not universe.
Ben,
Right.
do you have any other ones you want to submit as well?
Yeah, I've got a really big backup for me. Again, love certain comedies, and to be perfectly honest, the new age comedies mostly suck. So for me, one of the big one was OG Bill Murray, OG Rodney Dangerfield with Caddyshack. Caddyshack 2 sucked. And I am a huge golfer. Bill Murray is like my idol when it comes to comedy. And Caddyshack 2 sucked.
So bad.
Such a bad.
I'm
they
glad
just
you
led
said
with
that.
the one.
Because I had 4 and I wasn't sure if somebody else was going to take awful.
Yeah.
Thank
Those
you.
are my top 2. I have other ones, but none of them come close
Okay,
to those
we'll
two.
get back to those.
I'd say just a side thought on Bill Murray. Imagine if they made a Groundhog Day 2, and it would just essentially be
If he was in it,
exactly
I'd-
the same film, just twice.
I would have. That
I
sounds
would-
like
I
a
would
real
watch-
Bill
now
Murray
that-
move.
That would be the biggest troll ever.
like
It's
the
come
the
and see the sequel.
repeating the movie, like they repeated the day.
Actually,
I
if
might
it
have
was
to,
the
I might have
ex-
to be high on that one.
That's
if it
what
was
I'm
the
saying.
back in
exact
theaters.
same movie, I
I would-
would applaud them.
But with him,
I would have
in his
gone to
current
see that.
age, everyone else is like he's acting on a green screen.
Shot for
Yeah.
shot, the exact same movie, but
I love it.
at the current timeline.
Yeah,
But 2.
Completely random anecdote. Sorry, Rick, I know you've been desperate to give your story, but
It's all right.
when
I'm down
was
to derail it all.
about 13 years old, I pulled a sickie from school, and I didn't know my mom was going to be working from home, and so she was like, "You can watch films, and that's it." And this is VCR days, and the only VHS that we had in the house was Groundhog Day, and I watched that
Nice.
film 4 times in one day. Now you
That's
don't know
impressive.
how many
I'm okay
times
with
you
that.
hear, "It's Groundhog Day," and there's subsequent music from that, and I'm pretty sure it sent me some kind of psychosis, which still affects me to this day. But anyway, on to, come on, Travis, keep control of your show. Oh, who's
That's
next?
right, Travis. I'm gonna hop out there.
I mean,
Since
Go
Ben, I'm glad Ben took my so I had 4 and there was one I was worried about. Ben, thank you for taking Caddyshack 2 because that was on there. So for me, in no particular order, but these 3 should not have been made. And I'm gonna start close to Caddyshack 2. Weekend at Bernie's 2.
yeah,
Absolutely
I didn't know they made a
not.
second one.
Yes.
I didn't either.
I watched about 20 minutes of it like
It's-
a decade ago, and I couldn't.
So
do
we
it.
joke about making a Groundhog 2 about making the exact same movie. Weekend at Bernie's 2. Just awful. So the next one I'm gonna hit at Basic Instinct 2. Also probably should not exist. And then finally Dumb and Dumber
Ooh, yep.
should
Absolutely.
not have existed.
that Out of the three, I'll put that one at the top for you, man. I mean, again, you're stomping on OG Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
awful.
don't the right and proper Dumb and Dumber, as Jeff would say across the pond. Don't disrespect it with my Dumb and Dumber 2. It's awful.
Great picks, Rick.
Jeff,
You're
what
saying there's a
movies?
chance.
Jeff, what movie sequels are we canceling?
So I came in with 4, and when I'll tell you what they are, and then when I disregard, you'll know how strongly I feel about the others.
Okay.
So Space Jam: New Legacy. So it's classed as a sequel, but I think it's more of a reboot. But it's classed as a sequel. So that someone's got.
We had
slide,
that argument a long time ago. I don't know what we said, but
Which one?
Space Jam.
There's a line in that film where one of the bad characters says, "Hey, LeBron, you should stick to basketball," and that was the moment I was like, "Yes, you should," because this film was one of the worst things I've ever witnessed in my life. Independence Day resurgence.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
good
Awful.
Ooh, terrible.
You follow an iconic film, and okay, you're all American. It's propaganda. You're shooting your guns up in the air like this is a great film, but
It's true.
it's
Welcome to Earth.
it didn't need that kind of second one. Meg 2,
Okay.
right? So the Meg 1,
I'm gonna argue that with a little.
I might argue with that on that one.
that's fine. That you argue all you want. The Meg 1, a lot of fun, right? And you don't expect much from it. And I've seen just to lay the foundation for what I class as professional knowledge. I have seen pretty much almost every shark related film out there, from obviously the Jaws, but Sharknadoes, House Shark, Desert Shark, all these shark related films. And House Shark, actually, I fully recommend. It's basically a shot for shot remake of Jaws, but set inside a house. It's amazing. There's a shark. The Meg 2 is the single worst shark related film I've ever seen in my life. It doesn't know what it wants to be. You got someone was like, Jason Statham can punch people in the face. He didn't do that in the first one. So let's start off by him punching people in the sorry, now you got me all right, but who sees their entire family and everyone they love and care for decimated by Meg, and then the second one they're like, do you know what we should do? We should just keep one as a pet and like try and train it. No, right? But so those are 3. Now the one I'm keeping, so that's my 3 choices. The one I'm keeping is Titanic 2. Now I don't know if you've seen Titanic 2.
There's
There
a
is
Titanic
sequel.
2.
There is a Titanic 2. It's a terrible film. It's set 100 years after Titanic 1.
And they're just floating on the door. Just been like,
This-
we're gonna make it.
This,
Just
yeah,
3 hours.
The whole boat's
Jack
made of
comes
doors.
back. They dethawed Jack, and he's like, there was room. No, it's set 100 years after. This billionaire's like, oh, I know what would be great to commemorate it. Let's make another Titanic. We'll call it Titanic 2. What's the worst thing that can happen? You can obviously imagine how it's going to happen and what you imagine happens. That film is better than the other 3 that I mentioned. And I fully recommend you watch it. It's got about 2 stars on Amazon.
So
I
it's
fully
bad. It's bad in a good way.
No,
Oh, okay.
it's just not.
It's bad. It's good in a bad way.
It's just at the 4 I can think of, that's the one I'd keep.
I see Jack pulling like a Captain America where they pull him out of the ice like 100 years later, and they're like, oh my gosh, he's still alive. I didn't even know that existed. And
I didn't either.
I'm okay with it being on the worst list, and I've never even seen it.
It should stay at the bottom of the ocean.
I'm a big fan of low budget kind of horror, disaster movies, creature features, all that kind of stuff. And I was happy when I saw it because I knew how bad it would be. But
Yeah, it's
still
got
still
1.6
better. 1.6 is it? There you go. Still
on
better than the
IMDb.
Meg 2 though.
Drew, your 1 to 3 movies sequels that we should just get rid of.
You guys have covered a lot, so I'll go for the ones.
So many.
Alien versus Predator Requiem,
That one was really
Yeah,
bad.
that was
because
bad. And the
Alien
first one was
versus
so good.
Predator,
So
say
good.
what you will,
It
to
was good.
me, it's a cult classic of like a not the best blending of 2
like brilliant franchises, but you like bring them together, and they did a pretty damn good job. And then the second one was just utter
It
fucking
was garbage.
Oh yeah.
It was so bad. I was like, you literally could have shat on pages and come up with a better script than this.
The first one put me off enough. Just if you get rid
Dude.
of humans from Alien
I-
vs Predator, it's a great
Dude, the
film.
first one.
I still like so for me, Aliens as a franchise is in my top 5 franchises of all time. So good. Sigourney Weaver kills it and everything. Predator, not as much, but still respect it.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought Alien vs Predator did a pretty damn good job.
Dude, it was a great
not
movie.
Not as high a budget. I've watched it multiple times. And I still to this day really like it. But yeah, Requiem was so bad. And then I had Batman and Robin
Yeah, that was not good.
as a sequel. It was bad. And it's one of those
you've gone for public consensus on that. It's corny, but it's not terrible.
It's not good. It's
just not.
It's not.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah,
The cold puns in it are so good though.
The one, like, if they had presented it as a comedy,
Right.
it would have done better, I feel like, than had they presented it as just a straight action film.
Right.
And then my last one, I don't know if Rick will let me get away with this, but anything after the original Saw in the Saw franchise.
Okay. I mean,
it's
there
hard
are
for me.
several sequels. I mean,
there's 7, I think, at this point, 7 or 8.
So you're saying there's one sequel?
Anything after number 2 is not a sequel.
I will put
There's a
forth
trilogy
that
and other things after that. So
He
Sequel
stopped
means
at one.
sequence, not 2.
ooh,
Right? There's no. It's
a
not
clever counter by Travis.
That's not
Grammar
sequel.
fans.
Doesn't mean 2. It just means the one after in a sequence. It doesn't mean like a trilogy.
But anyways,
duology,
did not take us down this road. I respect the fact that Drew said anything after 1, so I'm gonna allow.
Yeah.
It honestly doesn't, like, I can't. And trust me, as a fan of horror films, I've seen all of them multiple times, and I can't to this day distinguish. Yeah, I have a problem. To this day, I can't really give you a timeline of what happens from Saw 2 to Saw 15, whatever we're on right now. They just took what was an amazing idea at the time and concept, and kind of brand new, like, the splatter horror and what was really good in the first one, and then kind of just copy pasted with errors, like multiple errors afterwards. It's literally like that in the second, I think second, third, and fourth one. There's more than like 10 minutes that are just scenes from the first movie. They just copy pasted into it's so bad.
Can I put in a random aside real quick?
Yeah. Sure.
I always like to share what my random YouTube algorithm is, and currently it is a bunch of YouTube shorts solving how you win like suspenseful / horror films games. So there's a lot of Saw out there. There's a couple of platforms out there there's a Death Race one. Just anyways, I digress. But since you brought up Saw, that's what my random YouTube
that screams someone who's got far too much time on their hands.
I get really bored at work sometimes.
You did bring up Death Race 2000. Terrible sequel. I hadn't actually thought of that one. So original Death Race, Euthanasia Day, fantastic. Second one, horrendous.
I don't know if we could pick here.
I haven't even gone yet. We have at least 3.
I know.
Yeah.
So I got a quick question for the masses, because I've never seen any of the Saws. So Drew, help me out with this, but kind of like what you said that they're almost like different stories each time. For me, a sequel, every movie is based off the original number 1 story. Is that how Saw did it, or was it like a completely new movie every time? But was it like a progression?
No, so there was an overarch. It didn't do, like, they didn't do it well, but it was a chronological progression
Yes.
from
It was
Saw
okay.
One.
Yes.
It had the same.
As long as there's connection, like that's
Yeah,
for me,
it wasn't
sequel,
like
there has
they
to be connection to the original.
It wasn't like Evil Dead versus Evil Dead 2, where they basically carbon copied those two movies with different actors. There was an actual storyline that was supposed to progress,
Just did a
and they
terrible
just
job.
executed it very poorly.
Okay.
So I took this slightly different. You all went with franchises or, groups of movies that have terrible sequels. I looked at it as which original movie is so good that it didn't even need sequels, even if the sequels are good, right? Like it may be just so good that they could stand alone. The first one that came to my mind was Jurassic Park. Some of them are okay. Jurassic Park 3 is terrible.
Whoa.
It's not good. It's not good.
Whoa.
Jurassic Park 3 is the best out of
Yeah,
every.
I
and
love
two,
the T-Rex
two,
going
two is
ham
the
on-
worst out of
After
all.
two
of
is
them.
well, no, 2 is
It's not good, but it's not the worst. But anyway, my point is, I
goes
think
1, 3, 2, and then anything with what's his
Yes,
fuck
1
in
or
it.
2.
yeah. So I think one is so
Pratt.
good.
Pratt,
It was.
It
I mean,
didn't.
were there some left ends? Sure, but like that's fine. We should have movies that have a little bit of a cliffhanger that let us imagine as to what happens. It makes for good conversation instead of like, oh yeah, they did a terrible job of, executing on what I thought should have happened. So give me Jurassic Park.
I try to say, I like that because yes, no matter how good or bad the sequels were, it is good enough just to be a standalone. Leave it be. I mean, to
Right.
then follow it up
Yeah.
with the Jurassic
World.
World and those. Okay. If they wanted to make those their own thing, fine. I thought is it Dominion where they bring everyone back? I mean, it's corny as hell. Just leave it. Like, let it be an iconic film on its own. But maybe that's our age. Maybe we are looking at it from that, and
which is
got
fine.
certain films
We're
back
the right
then.
age.
But is it bad that if a Jurassic Park was opened now in 2024, I would buy a ticket and go?
No, because I think I would too. That's a different topic for another
Y'all
day.
have been on Twitter too long. I don't want to hear it. Too many people have said that's my toxic trait that they would still go.
I saw that.
I don't want to hear
yes.
it.
Yes, I would.
Anyway, so my next one was
Jeez, Travis.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Again, some of them okay, not the worst sequels ever. I loved the first one, and it could have stopped. It could have stopped.
It could have.
And it would have been perfect all by itself.
I think it needs it.
I don't.
I like your Jurassic Park pick better.
Yeah, that's why I went with 2.
Yeah.
The next one,
I'll always support Keira Knightley.
right? The next one, it was so perfect. It was such a perfect movie. It definitely didn't need sequels, but like, is Pitch Perfect not the most perfect movie? And we could just get rid of all of the
No.
Win.
No.
Get out of here.
Fuck you.
Out of here.
They only get better.
We don't need
Get
any
out of
other
here.
movies. It's so
That is
good.
a perfect trilogy.
No,
You
I don't
cannot
think
change
we
my
just
mind.
Perfect 2 was better than the first one.
No, I don't think so.
Pitch Perfect 2 was on par. 3 went downhill, but together as a trilogy,
I love it.
perfect trifecta.
I'm sorry, but
Get out of here.
Pardon my language,
out.
Travis, but that fucking Flashlight song nearly destroyed the whole goddamn franchise.
Get up.
Flashlight.
Fuck you. I still cry at that song.
No
That's fucking
original goddamn
awesome.
songs, you bitch. No,
Our jam is covered.
No, I'm with Travis on this. She did know the rules.
I'm
It's
sorry.
about-
Did
the
you
third
come
one is
here?
ridiculous. Yeah, I'm stepping in your house, Drew, and I'm calling you
do
a fucking
an
bitch 'cause
original
that's
song? That's why it was
It's got-
so good,
I
because
love
it's about acapella.
I love
and she
it.
brought original material.
The first
Oh my
song,
god, it's so good.
the first film is
The Green Bay
a perfect
Packers.
comedy.
And I know what I'm watching tonight.
I had my mind on those 42 G's from
Hell
D&D.
yeah.
I'm just so glad I didn't even know if Geoff had seen Pitch Perfect. I was just going
Dude,
to
I
try
put
to
the
get
album.
one out there. And I was like, oh,
I've got the album.
he's on my
Yeah.
he's on my side.
Big
Let's
fan.
go.
Yeah.
I can't
I love
speak
it.
for
Big
anybody
fan.
else, but I'm pretty sure Rick and I watch that entire trilogy at least once a month,
Oh,
if not more.
so awesome.
It's
Yes, Ben. Yes.
embarrassing to say how many times.
No,
I've
I'm
seen
not
that.
even embarrassed.
I knew Ben was up there. I just didn't know if he was up there.
Dude,
Purely
that's my,
judging on what Rick's
that's my
drinking
girl.
tonight, I know he watches.
Isn't she
the
like
trilogy
12 in
at
that
least once a
movie?
month?
No.
Also, Anna Kendrick is
Sexy.
absolute. She's, do you know what? As a comedic actor, she is right up there. Mike and Dave Need Wednesday. It's a completely underrated film, but it is amazing, and she in it is just
Jeff,
perfect.
have you
I like
seen
you,
No-
Jeff. I like you even more than I already did, man.
Have you
She's-
seen Noelle?
she's great.
Because
Amazing.
it's a brilliant Christmas
Dude,
movie.
Noelle's great. I've watched it like 5 times. It's great. She's so
Also,
cute.
her hot ones is one of my favorites too.
She pulls cute and hot so well together. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen Mr. Right with her and Sam Rockwell,
Yeah,
solid movie.
I
And
love
Sam
the
Rockwell,
interview.
Not as hot.
I know
but
we're going
great.
off topic again, but the interview with her when she forgets that she was in Twilight.
That was pretty funny.
No, she was.
It's like, oh, God,
I forgot she was
even
in
in
Twilight.
that.
Yeah.
Most of them tried to. Can I throw a special mention out there?
Yeah, do one more, and then we got to do a recap and pick one of these.
Okay,
No, we
Fast and
Oh.
Furious. The only decent
Oh,
Fast and
you're
Furious
about
is the
to-
first
that's-
one.
You
Oh,
just- I
you did
can't
the
be in
same
the
thing I
room.
did.
I can't be in the room anymore.
The first one is the only good one. Yeah.
Dare
Actually,
you.
yeah.
Two is really good. I like
2 is my favorite out of all of them.
3, we
No.
can cancel 3.
There's no accounting for taste.
3 doesn't. 3 is Tokyo
Fast and the
Drift.
Furious is a right proper franchise. All right.
Right, proper franchise.
We all know that
It's a
Tokyo
rap
Drift
proper.
is the best.
No, it's not.
Do you
That's
know?
the only one
No,
that-
the weird thing is, actually, as a standalone film, it's better than anything apart from one.
He's not
Number
wrong.
7 is fantastic. It tugs at my heartstrings.
Is that the?
Is that where Paul dies? I mean,
Two-
Hashtag
gets
for
removed.
Paul. Yes.
And
2,
who was the
4, and
subpar actor
7
who
are
happened to
all
die young?
amazing. 2, 4, and 7,
No.
and 1 obviously, but 2, 4, and 7.
Anyway, here's the list. We can either pick
We have
one or
we have
get
to
rid-
pick.
We have to pick
Are you
one or get
fucking
rid of
kidding
all of
me?
them.
We've
We've
got
got
all of
you
them.
guys
Get rid of
wanted-
all of them.
Yeah,
except
get
for
rid of
Pitch
all of them.
Perfect.
Get
Pitch
rid of all
Perfect
of them.
stays, but the rest
no,
of them
Pitch
go.
Perfect and Fast and Furious.
Pitch
are now-
Perfect is
It's
not
on there.
accepted.
I-
No, they are not.
It
I
is
put
not
Jeff
accepted
and I- that's
into
two.
the
They were
Academy.
They were not. No.
Fast and the Furious was an honorable mention, so it's not on the
That's
list.
fine. That's
Pitch
fine. I'll
The
Perfect stays,
Academy
the rest go.
rejects Pitch Perfect.
No, we got at least 2, so it makes it. You only need 2 to get it submitted. So we have The Mask, Caddyshack, Weekend at Bernie's, Basic Instinct, Dumb and Dumber, Space Jam, Independence Day, The Meg, Titanic, Alien vs. Predator, Batman and Robin, Saw, Jurassic Park, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Pitch Perfect.
I just want one point of clarification: Alien vs Predator Requiem.
Well, I meant
not the
we're
original.
canceling the
I know,
sequels
I
of
know.
that. Yes, yes.
If
yes.
we have to pick just one, the only one that makes logical sense is the Titanic.
No.
Like the boat sank. There's literally there's
I-
no.
I disregarded that one. I said that was my 4th.
Oh,
and
okay,
The
sorry.
other 3
Ah.
were better. So that's not actually part of the options.
Okay,
I'm
so
afraid.
that's not there. Yeah.
No,
Then I
so
need- I
for
need to
me,
recap
Meg
it.
2, Independence Day Resurgence, and Space Jam New Legacy. And I will fight to the death for the Meg 2.
Dude, I have a soft
I-
spot for like
I can't
Not-
take the
yeah.
Meg because
I can't either.
I can't take Meg as a franchise seriously. I love it. Again one of
It's
those
like
I've seen.
Sharknado.
I've seen
not
more
like
than
Sharknado.
once
That's
the original,
Amazing.
Sorry.
but I
My
can't
bad.
take it seriously. So
Yeah, right.
the fact that it even has, kind of like Titanic 2, the fact that it even has a sequel is flabbergasting me.
Can I just
See,
say I'm
the Meg
surprised
one's
no one
great.
said Major League 2 also. Like I was expecting someone to bring that one up.
Never saw it.
Anyways,
So I
Yeah.
was expecting someone to say Three-Headed Shark Attack, which is obviously the sequel to Two-Headed Shark Attack.
Of
gosh.
course it is.
Of
yeah, but how
course.
many
And-
fucking shark movies are there? Holy shit!
Oh, well,
Which is
it
the
does
sequel
actually
to
go-
just Shark Attack.
Oh,
it goes to 4 and 5-headed shark attack, and you may be wondering where's the 5th head, and it's on the tail, and you find out about halfway through the film as you spend 45 minutes trying to count the heads. You're like, where's the fifth
I
head?
love
These
that so
crazy
much.
people.
What
I
Sharknado are we on right now?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna cast my vote for Caddyshack 2. Just to move us along because
Hey, I like it.
I was between
it-
that and Saw.
it was one of my fours, and it was,
was
one of
so
my
bad.
fours. It was on my list, so I'm glad. I didn't know if you were gonna take that one or Dumb and Dumber, and but yeah, Caddyshack 2 is just god awful and should not exist.
I almost want to get rid of the Saws just because there's more of them, and they at least stopped after Caddyshack 2. But I wouldn't be mad about Caddyshack 2.
Yeah, but the thing to me with the Saw is like I understand the submission, but to me, like, and I get it, I'm not a Saw person, so like don't throw glasses at me. Like, if you got rid of 1 and kept 2, it's the same thing. Like, they're all the exact same movie. So like, and versus if I got rid of Caddyshack 1 and kept, like, getting rid of Caddyshack 1 doesn't make Caddyshack 2 better. It's still awful.
Okay.
Like, so to me, like, all the Saws are generally the same. Just take the number away. Like, I understand the pick. And again, I'm not a Saw person, so don't yell at me. if you
I
feel
understand that
strongly
logic.
about it.
I'm
That's
not
good
mad
logic.
at that. It's not good
That's
logic.
my
I'm
position.
not mad about the logic.
Yeah, it's not my favorite logic. But let me ask you this, Rick. Do you want to play a game?
no, I didn't even. I'll be honest.
I don't even know
like,
what that means.
I watched like 15 minutes of each of them at Travis's house in high
I
school.
know. It was a hard one for me to pick because I know it's a little more niche.
I saw someone get thrown into a needle pit, and I was over it.
That's Saw 3.
Yeah,
That's the
Saw
worst
3. It's not the worst one. It's
No.
probably
I meant the worst
best.
worst punishment. That was the one I had to actually look away at.
They're all the same. They're like Final Destination. They're all the fucking same.
Yeah, but you've got a couple of
I
good
fight
bits
you on that one too.
in those. And actually, the only reason I can't go
Same premise.
is Saw is because Escape Room exists.
Mm.
And that is a fundamentally worse franchise than Saw.
Okay.
That's fair.
Just through and through. And essentially the same principle. So that's the only reason I can't. I've never actually seen Caddyshack 2. So I'm going to end up siding with whoever's got most votes.
I'm okay with Caddyshack 2. That is a really terrible movie.
I would jump ship because I think Caddyshack 2,
It's just
less people know about it because it's so bad.
It's so bad, yeah.
And it's
Nobody
so old.
refers
and,
to it.
And Caddyshack 1 is so well regarded.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah.
Caddyshack 2.
Then it is. There it is. Caddyshack 2. We should almost have an AI come up with a really terrible movie. That would be a dumb way to use AI.
Yeah.
Actually, you used it as your segue, but that was gonna be my submission. So I'm just gonna hop out there and go for it.
AI for segues.
Channeling South Park and Osimo 1000, who comes up with terrible Adam Sandler movies all day. Just terrible movie sequels.
Okay.
Or just that would be the dumbest way to use AI, because Adam Sandler would be in and I like Adam Sandler, but he would be in a lot of dumb movies.
I feel like they're already doing
I
that.
have to take another Jello shot. Hold on.
Yeah.
New topic. New Jello shot.
Yes, there you go.
Adam Sandler's
Remember, you
done-
rim job it first, and then you take it.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it.
It's
I know the
Pinky.
technique.
Pinky. Also, Travis,
Wait, you
I
use
had
your
a-
pinky to rim
so-
job it?
Yeah.
He's fancy.
Yeah.
He's fancy.
always Pinky.
Oh, I tongue it.
Pinky's up.
Oh yeah, but I don't want that on the screen, so it's fine.
That's fair.
I don't want that.
Yes, Jeff, you have a question.
Is this an American thing? We like
Jello shots
Sorry,
or
so
all
I-
the other stuff?
Wait, I would like to hear your take
Or
on
rim
Jello
jobs.
shots.
no, just the what did you use a specific phrase? So you rim it and then you take it. In
You rim job it, and
over
it-
here, that means
If
Yeah,
you're talking
that-
actual,
oh yeah, it
That's-
means the same thing. Yeah,
oh okay.
yeah.
That's
he's
I know
using
your- I
that
know your
term using
bros.
that term on purpose.
Right.
Okay. You're
There's a
all-
very
you're all
specific reason
bros.
yes.
You've known each other a long time.
The
I've never been
euphemism
called a bro before.
was there.
Thank you.
You know what you like. You've
Yeah,
never been
I
called a
do.
bro.
It tastes like a penny. It's all right.
Hi,
Danny's
Danny.
in a car
Where
now.
the fuck's Danny going?
I don't know.
He'll be at my house in like 10 minutes.
I'm going home.
Anyways,
That's
that was my
is it?
AI submission. Oh,
Travis.
Jeff's AI submission was how to take Jello shots.
And that's
Travis.
my
Travis. Real quick, I had a topic idea based on the last topic. what movie should have gotten the Fast and the Furious treatment.
Okay.
Like what
Pitch
movie
Perfect.
franchise
Pitch-
should have
Yeah,
Pitch Perfect.
15
It's not out of the question yet, Rick.
That's not Pitch. Which one? That's not Pitch Perfect. Should have
that
gotten
hasn't already. Well, I mean, it's definitely going to be Pitch Perfect, but
We just won't ever do
Yes,
that one.
that would be a fun one.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
Just-
Oh my god.
just-
Nice.
Just change the last name each time, and just say someone else.
As long
Saving
as Tom
Private
Hanks is
Dan.
in each one, I don't
And
care.
every film starts with Tom Hanks going, "For fuck's sake," and then he just goes off and saves someone.
Yes.
Black Hawk Down again.
Ah, amazing film. No, leave it. The Black Hawk
I know
Down's
it wouldn't
amazing.
work. It wouldn't work. No, yeah,
I-
no. It's one of those Travis ones where if they made a sequel, we'd be upset because the first one was so good.
So
Black
it's funny you
Hawk
bring that
Down.
up. There was talk of them doing I don't remember the name of the book, but it's this same general idea of Thunder Run they did in
Mhm.
Baghdad. They're thinking about making a movie as well. And that would have been your bitching sequel because there's tanks involved. So
Thanks.
I digress.
And
AI.
hang on, Travis, shut the fuck up.
You, Jeff.
Very quickly, another topic. So obviously you go for reboots that shouldn't be made, right? That's going to be something that's been covered. But reboots that should be made, and I would throw in there Running Man, Schwarzenegger's Running Man. That would be amazing in 2024. But apart from that, carry on.
Especially if AI came up with it.
That would be.
Hey, thank you for the segue back into your own submission that you already submitted. That
That's
now
right.
We need someone else to. Yeah, great, wonderful, grand.
Great.
Dumbest use of AI. Let's go, Ben.
Yeah, I got a million of them, man. I got
For it.
all kinds of ideas. So I had one that was kind of like one that affects you at home, and then maybe one that affects you out there. I was trying to think of things that I think are kind of dumb. So when you're out and about, one of the things that I kind of get annoyed with a little bit is I get if you're shopping in stores and you need help
This is
and you
gonna be
need to go
great.
up, you need to go up to like customer service and be like, hey, I can't find something. But it's kind of annoying when somebody comes up to you 10 times and be like, hey, do you need anything? Can I help you find something? Especially if you're in like me personally, like if I'm in a liquor store, dude, I know more than you. You don't need to ask me if I need anything. If I need something, I'm going to come up to the customer service desk and ask you. So AI screens or robots or whatever going around and being like, hey, can I help you find something in the store? Like that seems really fucking dumb to me and a complete waste of technology.
Okay.
And I'm going to take that to the home version and
I
say,
need that. I need it. I lose so many things. I need that in my house.
door-to-door salesman. No. We already don't like door-to-door salesmen. I get that they're trying to do a job. I get that they're trying to make money. That is the only reason why I will actually talk to somebody standing at my door, because it's usually a 20-something-year-old kid. He's trying to make $10 an hour, whatever it is. So I'm going to listen to him for a couple of minutes about, his lawn business or whatever it is, or selling cable. But if it's AI, fuck no. I don't want you at my house to begin with. It would be the complete dumbest thing to do for any company is to send AI around house to house to try to sell something. That would be my pick.
I'm assuming this is going back to your first point about that you walk in a store and it's going to help you. Like, isn't that basically what fast food restaurants are, where you go up and you've got a big screen? Okay, it's not necessarily AI, but it's a computer generated, what would you like today? And you place your order, and then some teenager gives you your food eventually.
We're just starting to tap into that in the States. Only a few restaurants have
Really?
it so far, like Dunkin' Donuts and a
I
couple
thought
others.
that would have come from you guys. It's so much easier. I mean, we basically don't want anyone to work in this
it's
country.
coming, but no, my bigger one is the home. Like I saved it for like the big, like the door-to-door salesperson. But no, I like the only place I've seen that so far is like a Dunkin' Donuts, where you've got the screen, it gives you everything, and you put it in the order, and the only time you actually see a human body is when they bring the food out and put it on the counter, and you don't actually talk to anybody. With the
Which is
exception of like,
exactly how I like life.
yeah, with the exception of like mobile orders, but that's, I mean, that's convenient because you're on the road. I'm okay with that. But no, my whole, if I was going to pick one, it would be the door-to-door salesperson. The only reason I'm going to talk to somebody to begin with is because it's an actual human.
I like it. I like it. I went with a software, an AI, that looks and learns about all of the things you've accomplished either that day, week, month, all of your tasks, learns all of your priorities, learns like what you have to do, and just comes up with a list for you every day of stuff you've already accomplished that you have to go do. So it learns everything, and it's like, hey, by the way, gotta clean the gutters. And it's like, I did that a week ago. And it's just the most useless piece of technology out there because it actually has to learn, it actually has to function, it has to like grow and learn about your habits, and then just get them completely wrong all the time.
But what if you forget? What if you forgot to clean the gutters and then they remind you, like, oh
it-
shit, I was supposed
That's
to do
why
that last
it
week.
learns.
So Travis, essentially, you're saying if AI was your wife, is that what I'm hearing?
No, because she would be reminding me of stuff I have to do. This would be reminding me stuff that I've already done, or just
okay,
like
got it.
priorities that don't matter. Like, by the way, you should probably sweep the carpet. I'm not gonna sweep. I probably maybe
So like a
vacuum.
bad Alexa,
Who
essentially.
sweeps,
Yeah.
who sweeps the carpet?
Okay, all right, I'm on board.
I can imagine Travis going up and just slapping Alexa on the ass. Like,
Oh
all
my
right, baby.
God.
She's like, have you cleaned the
How
gutters
dare
yet?
you?
Like, sorry, babe. Okay.
Yeah, I only did that a week ago. Like,
Right.
come on, where were you a week ago where I was putting this off for a month? Like,
Alexa, call me baby. Yeah.
Travis,
Yeah.
I like the idea that you're coming up with, but I'm still just a little confused. So it has to learn the behaviors that you've already done and then remind you after the fact.
yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, the idea is useless AI, right? So I
Yeah.
came up with what don't you need, and you don't need to be reminded to do things that you've already done. So,
But what if you have to do them again?
well, yeah, eventually you'll have to do them again, but not at, if I just cleaned the gutters a week ago, and I'm just sticking with that because I have to clean the gutters and I'm trying to remind myself to do it. If I did it a week ago and it reminds me this week, no, I'm not cleaning the gutters. Maybe in a month or 2 months or 3 months, sure. But like, it's useless to tell me now, right? That has
Fair.
no bearing on what I actually, it's just like tasks that have zero priority, basically, because they're either already done or they don't need to be done for a year. Go change your air
And-
filter. I did that last week.
Because AI it learns, but has to be programmed. And if it's not programmed very specifically,
Right.
then it will generate what it believes to be the next sequence, which could be, well, if the gutter was done on Tuesday, all I know is now gutters need to be done on Tuesdays, not gutters need to be done once every 4 months on a Tuesday, that kind of thing. And that kind of brings me, I suppose, kind of this program thing. My argument is probably actually one of the top 5 worst things in the entire world right now, which I appreciate is quite a big thing. But an AI that actually choreographs TikTok dances.
Yes.
Ooh.
Great submission.
Like TikTok dances, people, right? I've never been so angry with people dancing. Like I used to watch people dance. I'm like, oh, they're having a fucking great time. And now I open my phone and people are dancing, and I hate them. I hate them.
I'm going to be sending you TikToks
with a passion
all the time.
They're content creators, and I respect them for doing what they're doing, but I really hate people dancing now. And if there's an AI that was like, "Hey, this is the next TikTok trend dance," then as far as I'm concerned, the world's burning.
Geoff, amazing pick. The worst thing about those dances is seeing the same one 50 times from 50 different places. Yeah, be a fucking creative human and do a different dance. But yeah, an AI creating the same dance for hundreds and thousands of people, great pick. Great fucking pick.
I think tagging on to that one, this is not my pick, just a little aside on it. When I learned that people will do the dances on screen while talking about like social issues or political issues, and that's supposedly because of the algorithm and like the machine learning gets them more views. Like they're talking about like this is how you should raise your kids and blah blah blah, and like as they're doing the dance, it supposedly puts them higher up on the charts
I need to start
because
dancing on
they're
TikTok.
doing exactly.
Yeah.
When I learned about that, I got so angry.
Get some free shit out of it.
Hated it. Um,
I'm about so because it's always crop tops, and it's always kind of low, kind of jogging things, and they always a big smile and hair in a
yeah,
paint.
that's
And it's
all I
men or
wear.
women. It's not just that's, and it's like, hey, what about Obamacare? Like just it makes me cringe. Just
Yep.
people dancing is
Yep.
I hate it now. Even at weddings, I boo the first dance at weddings purely because of TikTok.
Oh, really?
But are they?
We don't.
hot?
We don't have that yet.
That's how much I hate it.
Or do we?
I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
no, just because it's TikTok's made me hate dancing so much.
Oh,
Just anyone who dances. MC Hammer, hate him now. Used to love him.
no.
He's gone.
All right, Drew. What's your submission?
Mine is one we've been living with for a long time, and it is anytime when I call customer service for any
Yes.
reason
Oh my god.
and they send me down a fucking AI generated talk tree with the computer, and I am just like, I know for a fact that what I need to talk to this company about is going to require a person
Mhm.
in the end. So why not have that just be an option of like, I understand a lot of that is to like preserve more time for people who actually need to talk to someone. But when I have to talk for almost 10 minutes to a computer to eventually get to a person, when I could have at the start just been like, I understand that this potentially could have been solved by the computer, but it's just going to go to a person at the end. That's my
they-
least favorite thing in the entire world.
They used to. I think it was American Airlines. Actually, I'm going to call them out right now. That I was talking to.
Yeah, that's
you
right,
used
American Airlines. You hear us.
You used to be able to push 0, and a lot of times that was like a hidden menu option that would take you to an operator for like a lot of different places. They're getting rid of it. More and more places are getting rid of the 0 option.
A lot
and
of times
making
still
you
you
go
can
through it.
You can say operator or agent or
tried.
just press buttons
say
until
representative.
the
That's
end.
always been the
Yeah.
word is representative.
I
But in
tried.
the last couple of years,
It still does work,
falling
but a
out.
lot of times
it's been falling.
it won't work unless you have just failed whatever their skill check is for that tree. And then they're like, okay, we'll just pass it off to an actual person. But yeah, if it was just like do you think this, I again, I get it. I really do get it. And I get that they're trying to streamline and save the actual people's time for important things.
Save money.
But I feel like majority of us are smart enough to know whether I need to check the balance and who's calling. Like my biggest one is, I bank with Wells Fargo. When I call them to file a dispute or cancel a card or something like that, and the first 3 options are, do you want to check your bank account balance? Who's calling the hotline to check their bank account balance?
Right.
I have an app on my phone that tells me
Over
what that
60.
is.
Over 60.
If I'm calling you as a company, something is wrong. And I need to talk. I need to talk, or I'm going to a branch to talk about it. Like, if it comes to a point where I'm calling helpline, we need to just have a person.
There really should be like a helpline, and then further down the list in that menu items, it just says like question mark
or 2 separate numbers. Like, this is for,
you don't want to advertise
bank.
it. No, you don't want to.
If you want to bank over the phone,
you get the Karens coming into that other one if you advertise. You gotta hide it.
I understand, I get it, but those people are going to get to the real person eventually, anyways.
Right, but you got to delay
It's
those
true.
people.
They are.
You get the Karens. Oh, you hit me.
But if there were some secret shortcut,
that's what I'm saying.
For it, I would really appreciate it. It's my least favorite use of AI is the stalling tactics of like phones,
Customer service, yeah.
Customer service lines.
So, sorry if I missed it, but it's when you've already touched on this, but it's when you go through the options and they think that they've given you the answer and say, was this helpful? and you say no,
Fuck
and they
no.
say sorry, and conversation over.
That's part of it too, but like it legitimately, and I was talking about specifically like when I call the bank or something similar to that, insurance. And the first three options are: do you want to check your account balance? Do you want to
Yeah, like,
report
let's
a
take
fraud?
stuff out of the no shit pile.
Do you want to tell me a time when you're going to be out of the country or traveling, something like that? Like those mundane things can either be done online or on the app that I have. But no, I want to talk to somebody because somebody stole $1,000 out of my account and I need to cancel everything immediately. Like there should be an emergency line to it.
Let's face it, in 2024, no one, if we can avoid it, no one picks up the phone unless you absolutely have to.
Right.
Yes.
So they should know, oh, shit's real.
Right.
Well, that's because
like-
companies don't want to spend the money to employ people if they can have AI do it for them.
Yeah.
Which makes perfect sense. I mean, unfortunately, Drew, most annoying AI, yes, you win. But as far as these companies go, they're actually being pretty smart because they're saving a lot of money by having AI weed out a lot of it, and they're not having to have as many people on call. Most annoying, yes. Dumbest, I don't know.
I do kind of agree with Ben's assessment of the submission. But just to recap real quick before we move on, we've got terrible movie sequels. Ben, I'm just going to put you down for the door-to-door one. Yeah,
Yep.
door-to-door salespeople AI. I said tasks that you don't have to do. Geoff submitted TikTok stance choreography, and Drew submitted the customer service AI. Which one of those five is the most dumbest AI?
Dumberest.
Dumber.
I'm
I do
sticking
think,
with customer service.
Rick, I like the submission in general of terrible movie sequels. I think they kind of already do that.
Yeah,
And-
it's true.
And
Doesn't mean
while
it's not dumb.
it is dumb, but it also, by using it, they probably save some money and end up making not maybe a bunch of money, but they make a couple $100,000 to $1 million off of those dumb movies. So I don't think it's that dumb. It's just a little bit dumb. So I don't.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm
of
not
that.
mad. I'm not mad.
And then Ben, I'm struggling. How would I'm assuming your AI now is not just software, but it's also hardware, and there has to be
But here's why it's dumb
physical
in my
thing.
opinion. Yeah, but here's why it's dumb in my opinion, because the only reason why some people most people even tolerate door-to-door pitches is because it's an actual human being. So once you do AI, I mean, why even open the door? Why just don't even bother? If you see an 18-year-old kid that's struggling through college, maybe you will open the door and talk to him about his turf care business. But
No,
you're not
fuck
going to
no.
do that for a fucking computer.
But
But
right, but
AI is not coming to the door.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's I'm struggling with the in-person hardware component of this.
Okay, so
Unless we're doing
I guess mine is a mixture of
Okay, and that's
hardware,
fine.
software.
I just
Yeah.
want to make sure we're on this. Like you have either.
I mean, well,
like, you're saying when Amazon comes out with drones and they drop off your package, but then they also try to sell you something via drone.
well, I mean, the number one thing about AI is to mimic human intelligence. So yeah, obviously it starts with software, but there's a hardware component to a lot of it. So I'm making my submission as a mixture of both.
Are we talking future AI or current AI?
Well,
No,
near
AI
future.
is to mirror human intelligence.
The goal of AI.
Literally
Okay,
what
but
it is.
it's not. So are we talking? I guess. All right. To get to the point, are we talking iRobot? Are we talking The Matrix? Are we talking about 2024 AI? Because that changes my vote.
I would say like
2027.
2030.
2027. Okay, then Ben, yours is out.
Yeah,
because no one's coming door to door in 2027.
Oh,
okay.
I mean, I'd
For
be
me.
okay with that. Honestly, probably I'd be fine with that too. I mean, who likes door to door? But
Ben doesn't want people coming or drones coming to the door.
I don't
He's-
want the
he's
people.
happy with
I don't even more want the door. Yeah, I don't.
one of the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm taking Ben's vote and I'm making it
Except for the
better.
Mormons.
It's not door to door salesman. It's door to door Jehovah's Witnesses. It would be
I'm okay with
the worst
coupling them
AI.
all. Door to day,
Honestly-
anything that you don't expect. Anybody come to your door that you did not invite.
That's
See,
fair.
there's an opportunity here where you are just a person, right? And you've got nothing to sell, but what you do have is an iPad, and you knock on someone's door, and you hold it up, and they're like, "Would you like me to sell you religion, or car washing, or
Yes.
lawn cutting?" And they're like, "Oh, actually, I want to hear you talk about lawn cutting, please." And then it plays a nice little video, and it's like, "Hey, your lawn's like this," and there you go. And the person,
So it's
and then
not dumb.
But that's
and
not
it's
AI.
Brilliant.
That's just a PowerPoint presentation.
Can I just search that online? Like if I need lawn cutting, I'm just gonna jump
Well,
online
yeah,
in my office.
I'm just saying that's not. I'm
But
just
why door to-
disqualifying that.
Okay.
But that's
as
why the door to
AI.
door is so dumb, because it requires so much more money for the
Yeah.
person, the AI, for me to go downstairs. Like there's so much more activity involved. Then I can just sit in my office and call somebody and jump on my computer and order it. I mean,
it's
that's why it's
essentially,
dumb.
Ben, this essentially the ground root of this all is you having to open the door.
100%.
Yeah.
But
I'm
dumb
with
from
you.
my side
But
and
I
their
am
side, yeah.
with you. I am with you. My office looks out to the front. I can see people if they're coming to the door. If it's not the postman, if it's not Amazon delivery, if it is someone with a clipboard, then my dog's let in, and he barks and saying, "I'm like, I'm really sorry, I can't talk. My dog is very angry right now." And I close the door, and I don't care who they are, what they're doing, what their age is. It could be an 11-year-old girl selling lemonade. I don't
Ignore
care.
them until they go away.
Yeah, that's it. Get rid of them.
Yep.
Get rid of all of them. If there's an AI that could get rid of doors, actually, so that's a different
No,
thing.
we're not
If
talking.
AI
We're
just
talking
got
useful.
No,
We're not doing
I'll
useful.
leave it.
No,
I'll
we're
leave
not
it.
useful.
I'll leave
Later.
it.
My Ring doorbell makes scary
Yeah,
noises.
take your good ideas elsewhere, Jeff.
Dumbest use of AI. I do think TikTok dance choreography is pretty dumb because I think there's
I love that
already
pick.
enough.
I love my pick, but I will jump ship for the TikTok AI because
Yeah, I'm here for it.
drives me crazy.
Okay, I'm here.
I'm here for that too.
Well, there's already enough people coming up with their own choreography. We don't need an AI to do it either. I'm sure that already exists, but like we don't need it. So let's go TikTok's dance choreography.
It's
Great.
making something that's already annoying more annoying.
It's a great
Yep.
pick.
Yep.
And nobody's standing out. You're just following a fucking algorithm at that point.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've won.
Okay, yeah, wow. This one is going to be long. So we're going to split it up into 2 episodes. Thank you so much to Geoff Jones from the Geoff Jones and Friends Make It Better podcast for joining us for this episode and the conclusion, which will be out the following week. Please go check out his podcast. It's a lot of fun. Myself and Rick have been guests on his show, and it's just a good time. It's just a good time. If you want to like our podcast, if you want to subscribe, you can do that. But please go like and subscribe to Geoff Jones and Friends Make It Better podcast. Go do it. Or don't.